Hey Babs, welcome to another Oxygen Not Included Beginner's Guide. So welcome back to the uncomfortable cesspit, where we are attempting to do a bit of everything, so that you can see everything is achievable. See how I like to do it, and brain's not really working this morning. Get a feel for the whole game, start to finish. Anyway, let's get into it before my brain just totally fails on me. Sorry, I've got cable issues. The first thing that I've noticed today is I'm not sure this is set up right. So that's detecting if it is sat in oxygen. If it's sat in oxygen, it will send a green signal. This is a filter gate set to 10 seconds. It's not set right. So what a filter gate does is it waits for the amount of time you've set, in my particular case 10 seconds. It waits that long, receiving a green signal the whole time. If it doesn't, even for half a second, it will just reset. Once it's received a green signal for 10 seconds, then it will send a green signal. I'm putting that through a NOT. So when that is not sat in oxygen, that is permanently on. If that is sat in oxygen for 10 seconds or more, it will stop. I don't think that's what I want. It's not what I want. It's not. The problem is that needs to be a buffer gate, which works in the opposite direction, so it needs to receive a red signal for a certain amount of time before it passes that on. That's what I need. That way there's a build-up of non-oxygen in the area before it starts firing. So let's deconstruct that. Quite high. We'll come back to that in a second. Right, I'm just going to slow this down while I'm discussing what we're going to do today. The first thing, I want this fully up and running. We look at the overlay, we'll see that we currently have no steam. Which must mean that we are of course, because we pre-cooled the water to lower, so it's not firing off because it's already like 5 degrees lower than what I've now set it to, which is cool. It just means that we're going to be a bit slower getting the steam up and running, but you know, we've got a lot of tension plates to get going. Right, why has that now? Oh, right. So this is something that happens when you get low on pressure. So what we're going to do is, a little bit out of practice with this game, I'm just going to cut the power off to this system up here at the minute that's taking the polluted oxygen out of the system, out of the brick. So the problem is, what I want to do, also I want to disable auto repair on those two. And that one, which will be a mild issue, but I'll fix that in a minute. Encrassi, first time chatter, welcome in. Says nice. Yes, hopefully it will be nice, but at the minute it's sort of in a middle state of not being quite complete and not quite up and running, and yeah. Brain's not working now. Yes, so we're going to stop taking polluted oxygen out, because with there being no steam, it makes it easier for things to overheat. Someone warned me about that. I did know that anyways, but you know, it's always nice to be given the heads up about things just in case you don't know it. Because the atmosphere in here is now so thin, its thermal capacity is quite thin, meaning that when anything runs, it's quite easy to heat up the atmosphere, meaning that the things that we've had to unfortunately build out of gold amalgam rather than steel, because we don't have enough steel yet, is they're all going to overheat quite easily. So yeah, we'll stop taking the other gases out for the second till steam gets up and running. We will replace this, however, with steam. How are we doing here? Tell you, my brain's really not working today. What we'll do is we will build some of these, one of these, crush that water out of the way, and we'll stop that outputting shortly. What system we're using here right now? Oh yeah, yeah. Yes, just when we get a little bit more polluted water in there, we'll come back and stop that. The other thing we're doing right now is... that's absolutely not what we want to do. Yep. We're getting rid of spore kids and zombie spores. Got one more over there, these two, and then I think that's it. There's probably a POI somewhere out there, but we've not encountered that one yet, so yeah. Right, priority 8. And then the other thing that I want to do today is our lovely base. I want to make the final version of this base. And let's start by mopping all this polluted water up that is in our way. Temperature wise, I think we're, I mean, depending how much room we need, pretty much going to extend the base out sort of there-ish. On this side it might go a little bit higher, we do have that to be concerned about, but I'm going to encase the entire thing in insulated tiles so that the base is, once finished, is secure and stable. That is dormant. Right, I would quite like to get in there. The reason I want to get in there is I want to put some automation on the do need to do though is that. We'll put some more automation on the pump. I didn't really think about it when I was setting it up, because we was doing it in a hurry. What automation do I want? I want an Atmos sensor, which for the life of me I cannot see there, out of steel. Have that there. Lead automation there. And all I'm doing here is redirecting the output, because we're letting all this polluted oxygen in. I don't want that in my natural gas system. In Crassy, our definition of relaxing is managing mini astronauts so they can build human habitats on inhabitable planets. Some people got yoga, other got hobby, we got this game. Perhaps it's time to get a pet. You probably don't want to know my opinion on pets in Crassy. One of my previous jobs was as a production manager, technically, production planner, and my friends at that place found it hilarious that I then went home and played space colony planner. But yeah, I love this game. It's, even when I get burnt out or find a new interest for a little bit, oil refineries overheating. Yeah, I still come back to this game all the time. Well, let's do this in stages, because otherwise we're never going to get to it. Just double check my shipping when I remember where the overlay is. Yeah, no. I remember making a mistake on that, but I have since fixed it. That's fine. Do we not? What's wrong with these? Fertilizing body temperature. What temperature do they need it at? They need it over 35. I right now cannot decide whether that's something I care about or not. It is because I want the glossy Drecos to have something to feed on. That's a shit. I know why that's happening as well. Right, next, how do I fix that? Right, that one. That one. Two. That one. 1, 2. 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 That one. Brilliant. Right, and then we just make all that priority 8, because everything's priority 8 in this base at the minute. Maybe it's a man instinct to build efficient utopias, because I don't know why I enjoy it too. By the way, is the animal do something to the plan? It's been a while since I played this game. Is the animal do something to the plan? Which animal? Please, Encrassi. Okay, so we have the vast majority of that up. Just finish it off in the next layer. Right, what we really need to do is push our temporary system even further, because why not? Let's have another 2 tons of steel, and we'll be fine with that. Excellent. Hey, guess who forgot about the thing? Yeah, let's stop that now. I never put a filter in this, which I really need to do, because at some point oh look, all our slicksters are loose. Oh, clean oak. Right, we need to put a filter in because we're pumping rubbish essentially. What are we going to do? Well, we're not pumping rubbish because oil is sat at the bottom. We're safe on that for the second. But I do want to get the filter in for the future. Why can I not see a liquid? Oh, liquid filter. I'm looking for the gas filter, that's why. Put that there. That's not going to work, so we've got nowhere to go from there. We do that instead, and then that. Do that to that. Goodness knows where we're going with that. Righty. Couple little issues then. degrees to go. Yeah, we've got that unbuilt, which they can't reach without me opening this up, and that'll let all this liquid in. And that one not built. And obviously I've just asked these two to be built as well. So once all that's done, then it's ready to fire up that system, I think. We will need to get some liquid in there. Oh my goodness. So I need some automation on this. We've got magic liquid lock here, so I'm going to use that. Meanwhile, down here, right, that one's done. I don't know why I put that at 9. Not really thinking about this. Right. What I think I was thinking was I was trying to preserve the gases, but I'm just trying to crush them out, so that's very silly. Oh. Okay. Sure I told them not to be repaired. Well, there we go. Yep, see, that solved that. What we need to do now, though, is just replace all that, stop the heat escaping. Crush all of that out of there. Got to get rid of that one too. Done that. That's not heater. It's fray out. Freya's doing that. If that goes in, I'm going to be so cross. Oh, in the nick of time. Thank you. What else are we doing? What else are we doing? What else are we doing? Right, let's quadruple check all of this. All wings locked. Do that then. That one, right. And then we can actually start building the base out. Oh yes, we've got blueprints. So, still not taking boops at the minute. Plant murderer, unless they're a farmer, they are a farmer, so that is like the worst thing that a farmer can have. So not interested, not interested. We'll take pip eggs. Do want to do pip farm at some point in the not too distant future, but more ranchers will be I think what phrase that one uses, a future project. I think we've got enough going on at this particular moment in time. Okay, so the last layer. that off. Right. So I think we're mostly happy over here. They'll be able to eat properly in a minute. Got to remember that the Dracos themselves are hotter than that area, so they'll warm this area up. This older Draco down here is 37. Yeah, so you can see slowly that's gonna. We're just dealing with some legacy issues, shall we say. Right. Excellent. So that should pump that all out, and then we'll change it to actually work properly. How long have we got on that? Next activity, nearly 40 cycles, so we've got loads, so we can just ignore that for a minute. That is a work in progress. How are we doing with this, the mopping? Plastic, 5.3 tons of plastic. Reed fibre, none. That is a mild issue. Want this finished because we are starting to run short on natural gas, which is the only thing keeping us really going at the minute. Okay, we have finished mopping. Excellent. Right. Not that we couldn't start on this sooner, but right, so we are going to build all the tiles out of granite because they are very pretty. We like pretty things. All the pneumatic doors out of gold because they're pretty. So I'm making each of these bedrooms. These are the bedrooms, by the way. I'm working on the bedrooms right now. Probably should tell you that. Going to make each of them 6 wide. does that not look right? Because it's not. So let's look at temperature. Ah, yeah, we're fine to go up another one. Go. Go out another one, that is to say. And then look at our overlay. Private bedrooms require a minimum of 24 tiles. 24 tiles. They require a single comfy bed. Which we haven't yet researched. Down the bottom here, isn't it? There we go. What else do they need? No cots. Well, they're certainly going to have a single comfy bed, so that's fine. That size, minimum height 4 tiles. It is 4 tiles. 2 decor items, no industrial machinery, and has back wall tiles. Back wall tiles. Back wall tiles. Right. By that they mean drywall and or temp shift plates. They'll quite why you'd be putting temp shift plates in a bedroom, I'm not sure, but you know. Right, so let's make these semi-pretty, by which I mean each duplicate can have their own design. Lovely. They live in a kitchen. We'll do that one later. Where are you going for it? Okay, fair. Down here then, deconstruct all that. Where are we going to come in? Just buildings, please. Come in there. Dig there. There. Deconstruct that liquid pipes. And we want a liquid pipe thermal sensor. Taxi! That building is so low. How do you mean low? You mean far down in the world, or...? It's towards the bottom of the world, if that's what you meant. Ah. Yeah, the oil's down here, so it's like the first place that I try and head to as soon as I've got suits. I think we're going to stop going forward here for the second. What probably we'll need is something along them lines. Make all that 8. research complete means we can now start putting in our beds. I'm going to put in... Why can I not put corn? Can't put corn trim there because it's against a... door. Apparently doors don't make corners. Yeah. Last one. Yeah, slowly going up in temperature there, so that will soon need to kick on, soon in quotes. Okay, begrudgingly, I'm going to stick a space heater in here. It's in the middle. Gonna hang about for this one. Right. Meanwhile, I'll make all of that 8. And make that 8. Thereby 2. Moment, do that. keep them. Ooh, Jimmy Flips going. Dracos. Do one in the dispenser. Oh yes, the automation that I started out with at the beginning of the game. I need to put in a buffer gate. That is now just pumping permanently because that is not receiving any signal, so that's turning it into a green signal, so it's just pumping it permanently. Need to look at cleaning some water up at some point in the near future as well. Cool. Right. No! Why am I building drywall out of igneous rock? Why am I building the same drywall? Boom. That's all I got to say right now. No! All the ceiling trims out of igneous rock too. Guess counts as a building. Yay. So do doors, it would seem. Right, let's do this again. This time out of granite. Ah, and apparently can't overwrite. Let's see what we have in the pod. So, no boops. Small bladder, quite happy to accept. Narcoleptic, quite happy to accept. Farmer, or... oh, farmer with green thumb. That's quite good. Suit wearing, doctoring, supplying, interior decorator. Ashcan, I think, is just a bit too spread out to be any good. Just going to take them in the let's see. Yeah, someone's been weeing themselves. No power? Ah, fair play. Ah, I see what you did there, Bob. It's 1920, and that's only 725, which means we can then run. Let's be pretty-ish about this. Make that an 8, please. Okay. Oops, might have just a little bit slightly overfilled that one. Oh, right. So, we deconstruct that. That means we can build that. That'll squash that up, but I'm very dubious it's going to crush that out. Deconstruct that as well. And we'll just crush it out. out by building that in there. Then the only thing we've got left to do here is get rid of that one. That's how we're going to do that. Survey says, yeah, not enough pressure to crush that down. I mean, that is 23 kilos of carbon dioxide, so highly unlikely to happen. Right, we want that to be crude. If it's not crude, well, that's not right, so that's fine. Right. Cut that one. Bob's your uncle. As soon as that's powered, that should work. There we go. So, for this then. Just considering a last minute change. Why have I built it like that? That's odd. That'll still work, but right, I'm just very odd. Meanwhile, we want this to say if it is above 30, let's say 25, then we want it to turn on. I've got my bridge back to front. Oh! Same way. So it cools the... Oh, good. You didn't used to be able to do that. Pretty confident lead is rubbish. Can't do aluminium at the minute because it's all stuck in there. Load up. Yep. Gases. Ooh. Oh, that's liquid, that's fine. Happy with liquid, semi-happy with liquid. That's all steam. Cool. Power. I can just build this out of lead, it's fine. Doesn't matter how much you put on it, so long as... Okay, I'm just trying to work out something. I want to future-proof this. I think I have to use the correct menu for a start. Heavy what? Conductive wire out of lead. We're going to add that. We're also going to... Nice transformer. Out copper. Need 2 of those. continue our here. All that on an 8, please. And full loop. Deconstruct that on a 9. Oh. Look at this one, we have crushed everything out of the way, which means we can cancel everything. So that one. We can deconstruct that. Dig. That side. Just think this crude oil, I'm pretty sure, is slightly under pressure. Only ever slightly, but what I don't want to happen is for it to spout out and allow that to escape. Meanwhile, over here, cannot reach that. Higby having an narcoleptic nap? Why not, mate? Why not? So we can see already that this is producing power. It's taking our steam and thingy. Brain really is not operating today. It's taking our steam. It's reducing it down to 95 degrees, which is obviously then water, which it then drops back in onto the iron volcano. This one drops it onto the thermal aqua tube. Sorry, just really want that thing fast. And it outports 850 watts to the network. Currently, it's not plugged into a battery, unfortunately. But that's about to be fixed. It occurs to me we're in 1 speed again. Speed this up. Meanwhile, how are we doing with our bedrooms? Getting there, getting there. Save our Baku. If we have a look, these 2 N1s should be private bedrooms now, giving 3 morale to each duplicant. That's just a look through barracks because we haven't yet finished putting in all of the we haven't board. Okay. Current version, unless it's a rancher, not bothered about. Unempathetic, unless it's doctor, not bothered about. Squeamish, unless it's doctor, not bothered about. Trypophobic, I am slightly bothered about. Means that they can get themselves in trouble. And undigging, mild issue, but not the end of the world. Kids play rocketry with hard, no. Handy, no. Searching, cooking. Cooking. Can't remember. Skills. We need to look at skills anyway. We only have one cook at the minute. Looks at this. Ruby is our cook. Now nobody else cooking. Our food is also very slowly going down, so we need to address that as well. Ruby is staying on top of it all though. Is she going to be able to stay on top of it all when we're doing more though? I'm dubious. I'm thinking we are going to take, although I haven't fully looked at them yet, Rowan. Cooking operator. Research just means they'll level faster. Don't care about that. They're not a doctor. Don't care about that. They're not a rancher. Night owl, so long as we put them on the right schedule. That's brilliant. Excellent. Cook. A cook. Up. Yep, that'll do. Ruby is there, so we don't want to be sleeping or downtiming at any point. The last two or any of the marked schedule points, basically. Here we are down in 9. Oh, no, we need a 10th. And that's absolutely fine. Rowan, go on there. That's brilliant. He gets his night owl bonuses. And he's working a different shift. Like, you know, the downtime, etc., is not overlapping with Ruby. This means that there'll be no time when there's no one cooking, in theory. Abe the builder. Looks of it, we're putting Abe into digging as well. Makes sense. Ada's finished. Barney the builder. I think we're going to leave her for a second. And when she gets her next point, we'll make a final decision on whether she's finished or not. Frankie the rancher can finally go into ranching. Freya the mech rancher is going down the exosuit training line. Harold the decorator has done that. He's now going into decorating. Hassan the rancher has finished his exosuit training. We'll be going into ranching next time. Higby the mechatronics digger. So same with Barney and Higby. Hopefully what we're doing right now is going to, what's the phrase I want to use, increase morale. So we'll reassess Barney and Higby next time we look at skills. No Human 5, first time chatter. Good morning. Are you streaming later? No Human? Joshua Rancher. Rancher Doc. Put them in high ranching. Lyra Farm Up. Lyra, we're gonna leave till next time as well. I've had a couple of days off. Cool. Improving your personal bests. Great. Liam Digger. Okay, we're going to put a hat on Liam. Oh, and he gets hazmat digging. He's our only hazmat digger. Nicholas got a hat. Pay, Doc Builder. I'm going to increase carrying for the second. Quinn the researcher. Has a hat. I've already declared them finished. Sorry, didn't notice that one. Bren the digger. We have been putting into building as well. Again, we'll declare them next time. Rowan is our brand new cook, so I'm going to put him in grilling and then I'll start him on exosuit training next time. Ruby's got a hat, Steve's not got a point, and Travaldo's got a hat. So ready, I can get rid of that. I want to finish all 10 of them before we start moving on to more rooms. How are we doing down here? Right, so now we have all 4 turbines running. We're going to automate them, however, because what we said. So green signal, if above. Wow. Oh my brain. What was I thinking? I know I did this in 2 lots, but I have completely chuffed that up. It's breaking again. Oh my god, honestly. Right then. What are we doing? I am... Oops. I might mess with my liquid lock. Liquid bridge. Build that there. That needs to go there. Okay, so we're juddering, but that's working, which is where we want it. I will fix the juddering in 2 seconds. Let's... Oh, look at all that debris in there. Oh, how disgusting. Cork it back all. Right, and then juddering. Going to get. And then the other thing that I wanted to do then was I was going to pour. Oops, I was doing that already. I think that might have fixed it, but we've got a hole in it now. There we go, that's absolutely fine now. Right, so I will talk everyone through what I've just done in 2 seconds. I just want to put automation via set this. So, what have we got going then? Obviously, this is erupting iron. This is erupting aluminium. And this is an aquatuner which is taking heat out of these pipes. pumping it into this atmosphere. This atmosphere is entirely steam, same with this one, bar the liquid uranium, which will hopefully eventually cool down into a solid, and the auto sweepers can then pick it up. How does this differ from the cooling loop up top? I don't have the same buffer tank, so this is not as precise, but we don't need it to be. We just want it to do some brute force cooling. What happens is, if this is above 25, I've set it to, then it tells the aqua tuner to turn on. It removes 14 degrees of heat out of this polluted water, pushes that into the environment. So we're reheating the steam again on this side as well as this side. The liquid comes down. It's now coming out at currently 14 degrees-ish, and it cools this down. Comes out of here at 25 degrees. And then goes up here, cools down these turbines, comes down here, cools down these turbines, comes back in ever so slightly cooler than it went out. Eventually this aqua tuner will stop having to run all the time. It will obviously have to run at times, but it won't be running 100% of the time like it is currently. So why are we cooling down this? Because when I tell this to accept everything, the auto sweepers start picking everything up and then do nothing with it because I've forgotten to build one item. Which is a conveyor chute. Yep. That on 8. So what my automation does is the same as any other of the electrical automations I've set up. When it gets to 95%, it stops these from producing. When it drops below 50%, it starts them producing again. It just saves us a little bit of heat, so that we're not powering things for the sake of powering things. Because obviously the volcanoes are only erupting at times, and eventually this is going to be phrase that I want to use. This is only going to be running some of the time, so we want to capture the heat. What I do need to do, that I've just remembered, is connect this in, which is absolutely fine, and this one. So what they will say is, if it is above 250 degrees, then turn on, regardless of how much power there is, so that we're not melting the thermal aqua tuner and the auto sweepers and things. However, what I do want to do is I want to separate these two out. how I'm going to do that is with a double nut gate. Do that there. Right, and now they're building the chute, we should see that the shipping rails are shipping. Let's just slow this down a second. So, chucks everything around here. Why do we do that? Firstly, because then we're making sure we're spreading out all the heat. So this stuff is coming out of here at 150. And over here, oh, it's 154. If anything, this is picking up more heat as it goes round. Well, that is interesting. I see what it's doing. Spreading out the heat from the thermal aqua tuner. Which is absolutely fine. All I wanted to do was when this is outputting the iron. Where did the iron just go? There. And that's at 519 degrees. I didn't want that heat to be lost because it's getting out of the steam room too fast. When we then separate up that 9.3 tons of iron, my goodness, it is going to spread out its heat better, faster, whatever term you want to use. And so doing this makes sure that we get out the most heat from that iron before it then goes into this cool bath, where it will be reduced to hopefully about 30 degrees is the plan. So we'll let that go. What I do want to do is put some automation on on the chute. And all we're going to do is only let stuff out so fast, because you'll see in just a moment that everything's coming out a little bit hot. Now everything gets a chance to sit in here just a little bit longer, and as you can see, cool down a lot more. So, time sensor, let's try it at 1010 for the minute. Well, once we've cleared out all this debris, we will have a look at doing some maths. It might not be today now. Dubious will clear all this debris out in time. But all that's saying is it's going to let 10 pieces out every 20 seconds, basically. So let's have a look at how we're doing with that. So these pieces coming out at 44, 45 essentially now. That's not terrible. We'll turn that down to 5 pieces every 15 seconds. Let's say every 20 seconds. That's just dropped 4 degrees. That's just dropped about 6 degrees. We'll see. We can maybe put this up a little bit. In the meantime, let's look at our blueprints. Luddite, nah, not keen on Luddite. Small bladder, don't care. Mouth breather, at this point I don't care. Small bladder, again don't care. Building tidying caregiver, or a suit wearing caregiver, I ain't got. Just not interested really. Grapefruit seed. We'll set that like that for the minute, so that's 10 pieces every 25, and I'll come back to that in a little bit and see how that's going. Meanwhile, that one is completely done. Excellent. So where are we heading for? We're heading for this one next. We'll check on the automation over here. Yep. Okay. here then. We have finished up here. Lovely. Okay. Oh, 2 oranges right next to each other. I'm not sure about that. Oh, might have to redesign one of those. Oh, starting to get up there. This will be running again soon. It's cooled off quite a bit now though. Alright then, liquids. Oh. Right, you can see we're back up to grams now on the polluted oxygen. Once we start producing steam, that'll crush the oxygen up a bit and improve the thermal mass of that, because obviously the steam will be pushing it up. And at that point we'll re-engage the gas pumps. Honestly, my brain today, not really with it. How are we doing now? You see that a not works exactly the same as having no knot in there at all. It passes a green when a green is sent, But what it does do is it stops this signal being passed back here. What it occurs to me though is we need to do one going the other way as well, so that that signal is not being passed on to that. Sorry, just in case that wasn't clear, the point being that this green signal, if this turns green, it will light up this whole circuit, but it can't go back through the NOT gate, meaning that this is a one-way signal. So this can turn on both of them, but these can only turn on their individual signals if needed. Harold! There's a bit of nostalgia for you. Why can Harold not? Oh, right, okay. Excuse me. Sorry, that one snuck up on me. Oh. Oh, let's see the thermal tune occasionally kicking in. 72. 720 steel. No, 7.2 tons of steel. One. So going to use a bottle drainer to fill this cooling loop up. Is the plan. Not abusing that temporary system whatsoever. Temporary TM. Alrighty. Luddite, a little bit, but not that bothered. Unempathetic unless it's a doctor. Luddite, a little bit bothered, not taking a boob. So, Lindsay, hello. Lindsay is a rancher and she's an animal lover. She is uncultured, meaning she cannot do decorating errands, but we don't care. We do need more ranchers. As opposed to a researcher, which we don't need. Or some Draco eggs, which we don't particularly need. Lindsay, welcome to the team. So, Lindsay, you are going to be primarily a rancher, then a farmer, then a builder. Everything else last. You are going to be on Schedule 10 with Rowan. Let's look at skills. Barney, we'll look at later. Freya, into exosuit training. I've seen her waddling about. San the rancher. Lyra is now complete. Couldn't see it. Liam's got a hat. Lindsay, we've literally just got going down the exosuit training line. Hey. Look at next time, Ren the Digger. Next time, Steve is our ranch farmer. More ranching for Steve. Excellent. There we go. You know what we do need is some airflow tiles. Oops. That gets built before I bloody cancel it. And that just lets carbon dioxide sink. We've got far too few airflow tiles in this base at the minute. Oh, I managed to get it. Excellent. Right. Next up, ceiling trim. Then that doesn't look right. No, it's not. Ooh. Can't hear the game now because I've just pulled me earphones out because I'm a sausage. Ah, of course, that. It's not on buildings, that's why that's not working. It's a nice grey room. Why are they struggling with body temperature? They shouldn't be struggling with body temperature. Ah, that'll be why our food's going down a little bit. Get rid of that one. Colony achievement. No place like clone. Have at least 20 living duplicants living in the colony at one time. I think we're just going to take the dupe. Let's see. We will at some point take some boots. But for the second, I think we've got all our duplicants for this colony. And then the last room. Why have they not been fertilised? Huh? that new? I don't remember that ever being a thing. Okay. Okay, we can do this. Right, let's get rid of that first though. Construct. All your wires too. We're on an 8. Why? We've just not got phosphorite. We've got loads of phosphorite. Well, I want to automate this soon anyway, so... Just seen this lot down here as well. Each one of those, barring that one that doesn't have a bed yet, should be a private bedroom. Excellent. So it's slowly going up in temperature, but not very much. Bright unrested. Go. Slowly getting rid of all this. Temperature pretty stable. What I'll do is once all that's done, I'll start the same system up here, over here. Oh, look, there's the liquid uranium. Not liquid uranium. What was I looking for really? The solid uranium. Have I not got any? Just pushed it all over here instead. Open rolls. Oh. Ice. We've got ice in here. Someone already taken that? Oh yeah, excellent. Nice. Right. We've got idleness. Idleness, I tell you. Don't know why we've got idleness. Suppose we've got 20 dupes and just thinking. Don't even know why I'm down there, to be honest. Got 2 units of reed fibre. 4 worn Atmo suits. Don't understand. Okay. Okay. Okay, a little bit disappointing that we've not got further with this, but it has always been a bit of a back project, and we're now kind of waiting for the thermo aqua tuner to warm up again. Not quite there with steel yet. But very happy with this. Just thinking. This system is going to be heating all this area up, which I was vaguely aware of, but I didn't think about how I'd set it up. Build others like that, and then I'm going to put all this behind. Insulated tiles, and that solves my problem. There we go. Okay folks, so we're getting to the end of the stream. Let's have a blueprint. What do we think it's going to be today? Is it going to be socks or is it going to be gloves? Let's see what we're doing. Atmo boots. Let's see who we're raiding today. Another one. I'm looking. Oh, an undershirt, tops and onesies. Oh, it is quite gross, I've got to say. Okay, let's look at going to Red Rust. Thank you for joining me. We will be back with more Oxygen Not Included on Friday, Beginner's Guide. And Gonna give Satisfactory a bit more of a go for the next couple of days. Please feel free to join me on any of those days. Nice having you guys with me, and I'll see you then. Cheers now.